Hi, Mr. Reed. This is Riddhi with Prospect Mortgage. I promised you your final numbers are as close as I can get to without actually going to the closing table. So here's the Excel worksheet that I promised you. I'll try to walk you through each and every line item so you understand how much money we are going to need on the closing day as well as what your closing costs are going to look like. So here are the numbers. Our purchase price for the house is 250,000. You're putting 3.5% down, which comes to $8,750. And our loan amount, it shows as first mortgage, is 243,662. Keep in mind this is actually higher because the UFI, the upfront MI, is added into it, which is 1%. So it gets added to the loan amount and you pay as only one mortgage. Your interest rate is 4.125. That's a 5/1 ARM, and it is amortized over 360 months or 30 years. There is no prepayment penalty. You can pay off early at any time. You do not have to keep it for 30 years. And your rate can change up to 1% every year after the fifth year. So in the starting from sixth year, your mortgage rate can go up or down. It can exceed never more than 1% increase from the year prior to. But if, let's say, your mortgage rate was to go up every year starting after the fifth year, the highest rate you'll ever pay on your mortgage is 9.125. It will never exceed that, no matter what's happening in the market, and it is based on the 1 year LIBOR index. So every year after the fifth year, you will get a notification where the LIBOR is 60 days prior to its change date, and then they will set the rate for the next 12 months for that. Okay, now this is the breakdown for your monthly principal and interest payment and your total payment for the house. Your monthly principal and interest is $1,180.91. Your hazard insurance, this is your homeowner's insurance, comes to $67 per month. Your real estate tax bill is $647 per month. It is based on last year's bill. Your PMI is $179.52. And you will continue to pay that till you get to the 78% of the original loan amount, and will automatically go away. Your homeowners association dues are $35 a month. Keep in mind you will not be making that payment with your mortgage. You will be paying that on your own, but I'm just showing it to you so I can show you your out-of-pocket costs. So your total monthly payment comes to $2,109.43. Now these are the closing costs that we are going to see. Our origination fee, which includes our underwriting, processing, application, whatever you want to call us, $895, and then your appraisal fee was $395. That's already been charged to your account, so you will see that as a credit on the final day. But it's being shown as a cost because it is a cost. The attorney fees are $450. I am just assuming he's going to charge you $450. I don't know how much he's going to charge. Um, Whatever it is, we need to show that. The title fees are $2,500, are a bundled up fee. It includes your title insurance and all your closing company's charges. Again, this is a number that I'm estimating. This is a third party cost. I don't know if it is going to be more or less, but $2,500 is a very good number to have in your mind. Most of the times you will not see anything exceeding that, and if it is less, you'll pay less. So our total closing costs come to $4,240. Now we go to the prepaid expense. This is the third part of our closing costs, which is it you pay prepaid interest for the number of days that are remaining in the month from the day you close. You actually count that too, and your first payment will be 1st of June, not 1st of May. The interest has to accrue for them to be demanding that. So for the month of April, we'll just pay 2 days, uh, $80. And then we have mortgage insurance premium of $2,412 that I showed you as being added to the loan amount, but I'm showing that because you will be paying that. Hazard insurance premium is $804. That's 1 year's bill. You will be paying that upfront, so that's why I'm showing it to you. And again, there's another number line item which says hazard insurance of $201. What that is insurance like any other insurance. You pay in advance, but when the next year's bill comes due, you would have only made 10 payments, and the lender will have to pay the bill. So to make sure that they have enough funds to cover that bill when it comes due and they pay it in a timely manner, they start an escrow account with some money in there, and they're allowed to keep one extra month in reserves than the actual bill amount, so that in case the bill goes up, they'll have enough funds. They're also going to be taking 5 months in escrow from you. It is $3,235. That is again based on your monthly bill of 647, and they're going to start the escrow account. So when the bill comes due in September, they will have enough money for them to pay. I know you haven't owned the property in 2010, so you'll be getting the credits from the seller at the closing table, and they will take some of that money away from you to start the escrow account. So our prepaid expenses come to $6,732. Now let's go to how much money we actually need to for closing. So our purchase prices we already know is 250,000. Our prepays from the taxes, insurance, and all that comes to $6,732. Our closing costs are $4,240. So altogether, if we add up all these numbers, we need 260,972. Now we have lots of credits coming back to us, and our loan amount is also a credit because you're not going to be bringing that money to the closing, you'll be actually getting it as a credit. So your loan amount is 243,662. That includes your PMI, upfront premium. Remember I talked to you about the seller giving you the tax credits, so I'm assuming around 8 months, so $5,176. It might be a little bit higher. I don't know how they're going to make the payments, or they're going to give it to you. So let's see. I'm estimating you'll at least have 8 months at the table, maybe a little bit more. You also getting $2,000 credit from the seller for your closing costs, so we can count that too. And $395 for the appraisal, you already paid for that, so we can give you that as a credit also. You put $4,000 as your earnest money, so altogether we have credits of $255,233. If we deduct this amount from the total cost that we need for us to go to closing of 260, we will need around $5,739. I would suggest you bring a check for to the closing, a cashier's check of $6,000. Whatever the overages, you'll get that back right at the closing table. You can have the cashier's check made out to yourself, and you can endorse it to the title company. It is done all the time. And if your attorney has a different suggestion, please follow that, whichever one you feel comfortable. I always tell my clients to get a cashier's check made out in their name. Please do bring in your picture IDs. Your wife will need to be there, even though she's not on the mortgage. She will be signing off homestead rights and stuff like that since she is on the title. If I hope this clarifies the numbers. If you have any questions, give me a call. This video doesn't really mean that you cannot call me. This is just so that you can view it again and again if you have any questions. And so we need a check for around $6,000, and I will talk to you later. Thank you again for giving an opportunity to work with you.